I was talking to my neighbor, Margaret, the other day, lovely woman, just turned 68, and she mentioned something that really stuck with me. She said, "I don't know why, but lately, I just feel off. Not sick, not in pain, but something just doesn't feel right." Sound familiar? If you're over 60 and you've been feeling a little more tired than usual, a little stiffer in the mornings, or just not quite like your old self, here's something you should know. There might be a simple, everyday habit secretly working against your health. And the tricky part? You probably don't even realize you're doing it. That's why today, we're going to talk about those sneaky little things we do every day. Things that seem harmless but could actually be chipping away at our energy, our mobility, and even our long-term health. And more importantly, we'll go over how to fix them so you can feel stronger, more vibrant, and more like you again. Now, let's start with one of the most common and most surprising habits that could be affecting you more than you think. Habit number 1, sitting too much without even realizing it. Here's the thing, sitting isn't just about being inactive. It's about what happens to your body when you stay in one position for too long. Maybe you love reading the paper in your favorite chair every morning. Or maybe you enjoy a long phone call with an old friend while relaxing on the couch. Nothing wrong with that, right? Well, not exactly. The problem isn't the sitting itself, it's the lack of movement that comes with it. See, when we sit for long stretches, our circulation slows down, our muscles stiffen up, even our digestion isn't as efficient. And over time, that can lead to more aches, less energy, and even a higher risk of things like blood clots or heart issues. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up your favorite chair or your relaxing routines. You just need to break them up. Try this. For every 20 to 30 minutes you sit, stand up and move for just 2 to 3 minutes. Walk to the kitchen for a glass of water. Stretch your arms overhead. Even just shifting your weight from foot to foot while standing helps. Small movements add up, and your body will thank you for them. Habit number 2, skipping protein at breakfast. Now, let's talk about breakfast. If you're like a lot of folks over 60, your morning meal might be something quick and easy. A slice of toast, a bowl of cereal, maybe a banana. Simple, comforting, and not quite enough. Here's why. As we get older, our bodies need more protein to maintain muscle strength, keep our energy steady, and even support our immune system. But if we start the day with just carbs, even healthy ones, we're missing a key opportunity to fuel ourselves properly. So what's the fix? Add a little protein to your morning routine. It doesn't have to be a big change. Stir some Greek yogurt into your oatmeal. Have an egg with your toast. Or even just a handful of nuts on the side. These small tweaks can help you feel fuller longer, keep your muscles strong, and avoid that mid-morning slump. And speaking of slumps, that leads us to our next habit, which might be the sneakiest of them all. But before we get into that, let me ask you, have you ever noticed how some days you just feel sharper than others? Like your mind is clearer, your mood is better, and everything just flows? Well, there's a reason for that, and it's tied directly to another daily habit that might be working against you without you even realizing it. We'll talk about that next. It's funny, sometimes the things that feel the most normal in our daily routines are the ones quietly working against us. And that brings me to habit number 3, not drinking enough water, because you don't feel thirsty. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I drink when I'm thirsty. What's the problem? And that makes perfect sense. But here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our sense of thirst actually weakens. That means by the time you feel thirsty, your body might already be a little dehydrated. And dehydration isn't just about dry mouth. It can make you feel tired, foggy-headed, even a little dizzy. It can slow down your digestion, make your joints ache more, and even affect your blood pressure. So what's the solution? Sip water throughout the day, even when you don't feel like you need it. Keep a glass or a bottle nearby when you're reading, watching TV, or working on a hobby. If plain water doesn't excite you, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or even a few berries for flavor. Herbal teas count too. The goal isn't to force gallons down, just little, consistent sips to keep your body running smoothly. Habit number 4, staying indoors too much. Now, let's talk about sunlight, or rather, the lack of it. Maybe you've noticed you don't go outside as much as you used to. Maybe it's because the weather's not great, or you're just more comfortable inside where everything's within reach. But here's the thing. Our bodies need sunlight, not just for vitamin D, but for our mood, our sleep, even our bone health. When we don't get enough natural light, our sleep cycles get thrown off. We might feel more sluggish during the day or have trouble falling asleep at night. And over time, low vitamin D levels can weaken our bones and even affect our immune system. But here's the good news. You don't need to spend hours outside to get the benefits. Just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight in the morning or late afternoon can make a big difference. Open the curtains wide during the day. Sit on the porch with your morning coffee. Or if getting outside is tough, even sitting near a sunny window helps. And while we're on the topic of sunlight, let's talk about something that often goes hand in hand with staying indoors. Habit number 5, letting your social connections fade. This one might surprise you, but hear me out. Loneliness isn't just an emotional issue. It's a health risk, especially as we get older. Studies show that feeling isolated can actually weaken the immune system, increase stress, and even raise the risk of heart problems. Now, I get it. Life changes. Friends move away. Family gets busy. Maybe you've lost touch with people over the years, or it just feels harder to make new connections. But here's the thing. Even small, low-effort social interactions can make a huge difference. A quick chat with a neighbor, a phone call with an old friend, even waving to the mail carrier or striking up a conversation at the grocery store. These little moments remind us we're not alone, and they give our minds and hearts a boost. If you're thinking, but I'm not really a social person, that's okay. You don't have to be the life of the party. Just try one small connection a day, even if it's just leaving a nice comment on a friend's Facebook post or sharing a smile with someone at the park. Now, we've covered a lot so far, from moving more to staying hydrated, soaking up sunlight, and keeping those social ties strong. But there's one more habit I want to talk about, and it's one that so many of us don't even realize is hurting our health. You know, when we talk about health after 60, it's easy to focus on the big things, doctor's visits, medications, exercise routines. But so often, it's the little things, the daily habits we don't even think about, that quietly shape how we feel. And that brings me to the last habit we need to talk about. Habit number 6, ignoring small pains and discomforts. How many times have you thought, oh, it's just a little ache, it'll go away on its own? Maybe your knee twinges when you stand up, or your shoulders feel stiff in the mornings. It's easy to brush these things off as just part of getting older, but here's the truth. Small pains are your body's way of whispering before it starts shouting. Ignoring them can lead to bigger problems down the road. Less mobility, poorer posture, even changes in how you walk that throw everything out of balance. But the good news? You don't have to live with them. Try this instead. The moment you notice a nagging discomfort, give it a little attention. Stretch gently. Apply a warm compress. Or simply move in a way that feels good. Slow circles with your ankles, rolling your shoulders, even just standing tall and taking a deep breath. And if something keeps bothering you, don't hesitate to mention it to your doctor. Small fixes now can save you a world of trouble later. Bringing it all together. So let's recap, because these habits aren't about drastic changes. They're about awareness. Move a little more between long sits. Add protein to your mornings to fuel your body better. Sip water throughout the day, even if you're not thirsty. Step into the sunlight whenever you can. It's good for your bones and your mood. Reach out, even in small ways. Connection keeps you healthy in more ways than one. Listen to your body's whispers, so small aches don't turn into big problems. None of these require a complete lifestyle overhaul. They're just gentle tweaks, little nudges in the right direction. And the best part? You can start today. Pick one to focus on this week. Then add another when you're ready. Small steps add up to big changes. Growing older isn't about losing vitality. It's about protecting it. It's about noticing the habits that don't serve us anymore and choosing ones that do. And remember, you're not alone in this. Thousands of people just like you are making these small shifts every day. So tell me in the comments, which of these habits resonated most with you? Have you already tried one of these tips? I'd love to hear your stories. And if this video helped you, share it with a friend who might need it too. Thank you so much for watching. And here's to your health, your energy, and your best years ahead. Until next time, take care of yourself, because you absolutely deserve it.